Buenos dias, Colombia. Today's lesson is mighty special. You might have heard that somewhere. So if you're planning to live in Colombia or you're already here, and I'll be honest, the first time around I didn't get it right. I actually opened 2 bank accounts here in Colombia. And one of them turned out to be pretty much useless for what I needed. Not completely useless, but definitely not the most efficient. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I set up my banking system as someone living here full-time on a marriage visa, receiving income from the United States, and how you can avoid the mistakes that I made. Now, when I first got to Colombia, I thought the easiest thing to do would be to open a bank account. Actually, speaking with my wife, mi esposa, she's got experience here, and we thought it'd be best to open up an account with her bank so I can make transfers a little bit easier there. That seemed logical, but it wasn't exactly. I opened an account, I got everything set up, and then I went into the Wise system and realized that they work best with certain banks. And Caja Social or Caja Social was not on the list. So Bancolombia is the biggest bank here in Colombia, and they actually work pretty well with Wise, who I now use to move money from the US to Colombia. So what I thought would be an easiest option turned out to slow everything down. So now back to the drawing board. I ended up opening an account with Bancolombia, and that actually works really well with Wise. And once I got everything set up, bank transfers were within minutes, honestly. My money goes from my US account into Wise, and then you convert it to your currency that you're using, in this case Colombian, and it goes directly into my Colombian account. I control everything, and that's it. It's clean and efficient. I also set up and keep a backup option, which I highly recommend, and others have also, is the Charles Schwab account. I have a US account that reimburses ATM fees worldwide. So if you ever need cash or something goes wrong with the transfers, I can just pull money directly from an ATM without worrying about fees, and that's huge. So my system looks like this. Money comes into the US account, Chase. I transfer the money into Wise and then do a currency conversion. It lands into and then I transfer it from there into my Colombian account for daily use. And then I have a backup ATM option if needed with Charles Schwab. Simple. Now, here are a few things that it would have been nice to know in the beginning. Number one, don't assume all Colombian banks work the same. They don't. Number two, make sure your bank is compatible with the transfer service that you plan to use. That matters more than anything. It can really impede the process if you choose the wrong bank. And number three, always have a backup or a backup way to access your money. Things don't always go smoothly, and especially when you're dealing with international systems. And one more thing, and this is just real life. If you're relying on someone else to help you get things set up, just understand that it might take longer than expected. Now, my mi esposa, my wife, is Colombian, and so she's familiar with all the systems. I argued with her with my American ways, thinking that things should get done a certain way, and she put me in my place and showed me how things work. And us disagreeing with one another kind of impeded the process a little bit. That's not a complaint. It was just part of the process. But if you want things done quickly, you may need to take the lead. At the end of the day, setting up your banking in Colombia isn't all that hard, but doing it efficiently takes a little trial and error. And I'm lucky also, my wife is fluent in Spanish, and so having her with me kind of speeds things up a little bit, because otherwise I'm using Google Translate and doing my best. But these folks are very nice, and I can see if I had to do it on my own, just work with them and take your time, and those people were very helpful and very knowledgeable. So hopefully a portion of my experience can save you some time, and if you have questions, drop them in the comments. And if you're thinking about making a move to Colombia, I got more content coming that breaks all of this down step by step. In particular, I had a dental procedure that you might want to check out that video and story at some point. But thanks again for your time. And I hope you tune in to my next video regarding my life here and experience in Colombia. Nomadic Stan and Colombia vibe. Check it out. Thank you. Bye-bye.